Hi, my name is Steve Brogan, and I'm owner of Brogan HR Management Consulting and Training. I'm a human resource professional with over 20 years experience, which means basically I've been doing human resources before it was even called that. Back when I first started my company, a client asked me to do some leadership training with some of their frontline supervisors and managers and group leaders. And with one particular group, they warned me about a guy in there. And he said, this guy in this group, we're not sure is going to make it as a group leader. He doesn't seem to get it. He has trouble getting along with other people, and he's very hot-headed. But we want him to go through the training to see if he responds. So through the first session, his attitude was pretty much, this is a waste of time, and you could tell on his face. But as the sessions continued, each session he became more and more engaged, and by the end I'd say more engaged than maybe anybody I've ever trained before. Well, when we came to the last session, we were discussing everybody's training goals as we normally do, and people responded positively. They indicated they learned this or that during a particular module. But when it came to his turn, he said, Steve, before I talk about my training goals, I want to thank you for saving my marriage. I was shocked. I said, what, saving your marriage? What are you talking about? He said, my wife the other day came up to me and she said, I don't know what you've done with my husband, but I really like the guy you've replaced him with. He said to me basically, this training program has helped me communicate better with my wife. It's improved our marriage tremendously, and I just really didn't know how to communicate before. And I learned how through this class, and I want to thank you for that. Communication skills are life skills. And good leaders must have good communication skills. It affects people's lives, and I'm glad to be someone that helps people improve in that. The materials I use and the training I do are very relational. They show people how to change the way they package their communication, not just so they can be heard, but be understood and have their ideas considered. Now, that doesn't mean agree with every time, but the intention is to teach people to consider the other person and to frame communication in a way that the listener says, this is important to me to do or to think about. It's very satisfying to me to see a corporate climate evolve as people learn how to interact with one another and to see everyone get along in this sandbox called work. I've performed human resource consulting and training work in manufacturing, printing, retail, wholesale, and educational environments. It's true that they all have their own differences. However, very early on in my career, I discovered the universal concept that an employee's trust and loyalty towards an organization depends on the communication skills of their immediate frontline supervisor. An employee's opinion about the whole company is shaped by who their immediate supervisor is, how he behaves. If the supervisor is hard to get along with, the employee will at the very least question the leadership that's behind this supervisor. So it's really important that the immediate supervisor be a good communicator. This is why training frontline supervisors has been my primary focus and passion. Honestly, most leaders do the best they can with what they have, with what they've learned, but most of them lack the necessary tools to communicate effectively. I help bring them those tools and show them how to use them. Also, as a professional with over 20 years experience, I'm able to provide a wide range of HR products and services. For example, a small company may only need an occasional HR presence or something like a handbook or a policy. I can provide those. Medium or large companies often need help with employee development, leadership development, policies, procedural guidelines, employee relations, HR strategies, organizational development. Or some areas of training like leadership, core interpersonal skills, communication skills, performance management, sexual harassment awareness, interviewing skills, all of which I can provide. I've also been successful helping coach companies through employee disputes, arbitrations, and legal matters. I'm connected with SHRM both nationally and locally. I'm also an Achieve Global certified training facilitator and have extensive knowledge of their highly researched leadership materials. My goal is always to provide something that's meaningful and useful to you as an organization. I believe business is really about building relationships. So when you contract services with my company, you get me. It'll be my pleasure to get to know you.